All right, we are back. Today's date, January 2nd, 2025, and it's time for another exploration of Earth. All right, guys, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell your mom, tell your dad, I don't care who you tell somebody. All right. Today, we are at one of my favorite places, and that is, of course, the airport. You're probably wondering, Danny, are you taking a trip? Are you going somewhere? Are you going to Alaska? Are you going to Italy? The answer is no. We're here today just to explore, see the crowd sizes, see if it's real busy. We're going to get some Starbucks. We're going to walk and talk a little bit. I'm going to show you a little bit of the airport, so let's roll. All right, let's go on into the elevators. Parked in Panther. That's a weird looking Panther. All right, so far it doesn't looks a little busy, not too busy, but all right, let's check it out. All right, we're gonna take this big escalator. I love this escalator. See, you have a little mini one here, then you got the big monster. See? And up we go. Yeah. It's busy. Yep, it is pretty busy. With a Christmas cheer. All right, here we go. And into the fray. And of course, we got the Universal stuff here. Of course, when you walk into MCO, Orlando International, you're gonna get hit with a ton of theme park stuff. And there's a nice little digital artwork from Epic Universe. Let's go. All right, before we continue to explore the airport, I need to get myself some coffee. I'm feeling the afternoon blues. So I'm gonna go in there and get me a little latte. You know, I don't love the prices, but hey, it hits the spot. This drink right here, Spindrift, I'm not one to try these kind of drinks, but Melissa turned me on to them. So I would recommend them. Healthy, natural, and it tastes pretty good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you around the airport a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to sort of a quieter spot. And I'm gonna explain why once in a while, I mean, maybe every couple months, I like to just come into the airport and just hang out. Not for a long time, but I know some people might find this to be a little bit odd, but I'm gonna explain why I like to do it. Have an open mind. Here's one of the open courtyards for gates 70 through 129. It's beautiful. American flag there. Now, for those that don't know, this over here on the just above where it says gates 70 through 129 is actually at Hyatt Regency. Hyatt Regency is one of my favorite hotels to stay because it's kind of like the nicer hotels for Hyatt. So like Hyatt, I've stayed at a lot of Hyatt. So the Hyatt House and the Hyatt Place are sort of your cheaper end Hyatts. More economical. The Regency is a little bit nicer, so I enjoy it. I'm not a Hilton guy. One of the places you can come here at the airport is the Orange County Brewer. I've gone back and forth on whether or not I'm going to do breweries. I do like the occasional IPA. I'm not a big drinker, if at all, but we'll see, maybe in the future. All right, got my piping hot caffeinated beverage. Let's go do some exploring of the airport. Okay, so when you come to the airport at Orlando, they have a SeaWorld store, a couple Disney stores, and a couple Universal stores. So there's the SeaWorld store, and then right there, you'll have the Disney store. Looking into the SeaWorld store, and let's see what they got. Not a huge store, but it's got quite a bit. Let's see what they got. All right, so I don't really know my Sesame Street all that well. I know that's Oscar the trash can, or Oscar the Grouch, or I don't even know what his name is, but I know the red one's Elmo. I don't know the pink one, or excuse me, the purple one. The blue one is the Cookie Monster. All right. Cookie. Oh, my daughter Penny would love this. Beautiful. She would definitely be picking one. You know, I'm a big fan of these frames. I know it's kind of old school, but I love them, man. I think there's something about the solo frame, a nice solo frame like this. I mean, we got the Alexa at home, so it switches pictures and all that, and digitally. But there's something about these old school frames. It's just, I don't know, nostalgic, and I love them. I just want to state this for the record. I don't mind zoos. I'm not crazy about animals being locked up, to be honest with you. I think they should be free. But there's something specific about killer whales and whales that, or just whales in general versus dolphins, that I think they should be. I especially think they shouldn't be confined, especially because they travel such long distances. Again, if you that doesn't bother you, it's not a big deal to me. If it's something that you're okay with, but I kind of wish they would take that part out of SeaWorld. Obviously, Adam the Woo is still on my mind. I still can't comprehend what happened to him. So if you know Adam and you've seen his vlogs, especially this year that he traveled so much through airports and internationally, you're gonna recognize the next thing I'm gonna show you. If you've watched Adam videos, you definitely recognize this gentleman here. I mean, whoever did this was an expert. And let me tell you something. Adam used to love looking at this guy. It is pretty crazy because it looks so real. He's dead. He's definitely very tired. Seeing that now, it really reminded me of Adam. I hate it. I'm at least appreciative of the fact that he got to do his international, global, one trip a month, one country a month, which I believe he ended up doing 13. So 12 months, he did 13 countries. I believe 13, not 14, but I'm so happy he got to do that, and just made me think of him of even more. I'm still at a loss for words. If you like Christmas trees, Orlando's the place to come. Whether you're arriving or departing, this is one of my favorite parts to look at. This giant digital board that's just displaying Disney theme park stuff. There's Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom. You got Epcot just going away, but just a big digital board. Oh, there's the Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios. All right, we're not gonna spend too much time in the magic of Disney store at the airport, but I mean, I'll take you around. I'll show you some stuff. Got some Star Wars and Spider-Man here. For those that don't know, Disney does own Marvel, so you can get your Marvel merch. Let's see, what do we got here? If I had $1 for every time I bought one of these for my kids, I'd be a rich man. And they're still 40 bucks. They were 40 bucks back then, and they're 40 bucks now. Another cool digital board here inside the Disney. Oh, that's beautiful. I like this sweater. Simple, straightforward. All right, and then once you leave the Disney store, now you have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and obviously the Universal Orlando store. And of course, the expert in Harry Potter in my household is definitely Melissa, my beautiful future fiance, maid, bride, so perfect. Harry Potter, baby. You can get all the Harry Potter you want in Orlando. It's Harry everywhere you go. I don't know how that sounds, but still. Excuse me. Can you explain to me like the four, I always wanted to know this, and I'm sure my wife could explain it to me. The four colors, like the red is who?
So,
Gryffindor, right?
Yes, Gryffindor.
And
The
then
houses of Hogwarts.
houses, okay. And then the S is who? The green?
The green is Slytherin.
Slytherin. And then the R?
The R is for Ravenclaw.
And then H? I
H
forget.
is Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff. Okay, yeah, it's right there, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, my good friend Tony would love this sweater and this shirt, for sure. If you guys don't know, I'm a big fan of the Steven Spielberg Jurassic Park. I actually have this cup right here at my house. The Wicked gear right here. Very nice. Good old Wicked. Spare jerseys are about 80 bucks, so. All right. So here we are at the food court. I like Orlando MCO's food court. It's pretty good. You got McDonald's off there in the distance, Moe's Mexican Grill, you got Panda. Up here you got Cinnabon, you got Firehouse Subs, Chick-fil-A, Sbarro's. You know, it's not bad. Wow, look at the size of that reef. Go ahead, go ahead.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you. If you want to visit a classic restaurant in Orlando, classic chain restaurant, Romano's Macaroni Grill. Come on down. Guys, let me be the first to tell you, I love Italian Renaissance art. I love art, period, but I don't know if this falls under modern art. It was made in 2001, but I'm not a big modern abstract art guy. I mean, I like modern art, I just don't like abstract art. Something else you can see here, they actually have a gallery at the MCO at the airport, and it's just a small little art gallery, but it's actually pretty nice. You got Louis Armstrong there to the right. It's pretty nice. The Owls one was pretty cool. You got Rio over there, Brazil. Very cool. Man, look at this owl just staring at me there. What are you looking at, man? What? Can you stop staring at me? There's just something about an airport on a Friday night when you're going somewhere. You just can't beat it. You can't beat that feeling. The feeling of adventure, the feeling of exploration, travel. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna catch what's called the Terminal Link. It's just like a little, I guess you could say like almost like a monorail or like a little train. It takes 5 minutes. And we're gonna go from, because right now we're in terminals A and B of the Orlando airport. And now we're gonna go over to C. I'm gonna talk a little bit about why I like to hang out at the airport, why I enjoy it. I do it once in a while just to get out of the house. It's Friday night. And while we're over there, I'm gonna talk a little bit about some of the countries I wanna go to. Some of the ones I'm gonna work hard to get to with Melissa and the kids. Because I know for damn sure she ain't gonna let me go to Europe by myself. Don't tell nobody. I hate to say this, but it is pretty funny watching parents that have been at Disney for a week or they've been there for 3 or 4 days, and the magical spirit has definitely left them because they're ready to get back home. All right, this is the Terminal Link. Every about 3-4 minutes, this little train link from terminals A and B where we at now. Where we are at now, will take you to Terminal C. So I already see it approaching. Let's hop on aboard. All right, here is the Terminal Link. Let's hop on board.
Next stop, Terminal C, parking fee, and the train station.
Goes.
Next stop,
There we go.
There's always something new to discover. So whether you call Orlando home or you're with Orlando, something great. We hope you enjoy everything that makes Orlando.
Okay, we're in Terminal C now. And for all of my brothers and sisters watching from Miami, this is the terminal, if you catch the Bright Line, that you will end up at if you come to Orlando. This is the terminal you get off of the Bright Line. And there is the Bright Line right there. And I'm gonna show you your exit. More escalators. One thing I love about Terminal C, number one, it's relatively new, so it looks new, and also the big, high-reaching roof and the windows everywhere. It's beautiful. I'm sorry, I have to say this. Is this bacon? Okay, if you're coming from South Florida to Orlando on the Bright Line, whether you're leaving from Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, or Miami, this is your exit right here. You get off here, and you see where that Christmas tree is. You go down there and you catch your Uber or your ride. This is why I don't like modern art, because if I tell the artist, hey, is that bacon? They're gonna get offended, but to me, it looks like bacon. So right by this tree, right at the end of Terminal C is where I like to sit. There's a big area here of just windows. You can see planes taking off, landing. So it's a pretty cool spot. And of course, when I come now to talk a little bit about why I enjoy coming to the airport, there's a guy over here randomly on an escalator, just going back and forth, back and forth. Maybe he's training, you know, I don't know. But look, he's just going, and there's noise, of course. He's backing up, Nice and slow. Got a plane taking off right there. Let's see if you can see it. There it goes. There it goes, heading south. Who knows where it's going? Okay, so why do I like to come to the airport once in a while just to hang out, maybe grab a bite to eat? I come and I sit here. Well, in the past, it's been for a variety of reasons. Well, obviously, one is to get on a plane and go somewhere, right? But a lot of times I've come here to study. I've come here to walk around, get a little exercise, a little cardio. I've come out here to, I've come out here to just think about decisions that I need to make. But it's relaxing to me, right? So like some people like to go to church. Some people like to go to the park and walk. Some people like to, sit in their backyard. I mean, there's a whole variety of ways that you can go somewhere to think, to get stuff off of your mind, to make decisions. So for me, I like coming to the airport, right? I noticed that when I would come to the airport, I would always have this sense of like, I wanted to go somewhere. Like I wanted to just get on a plane and travel somewhere that I've never been. And that was truly the inspiration for the channel. And obviously following people like Adam was a huge inspiration, because he literally would do that. So my hope someday, through my hard work, is to travel all over the world, right? I'm not somebody that I want to travel to real dangerous places or exotic, not too exotic, obviously, because I am a father. And it's not something that's responsible, but you name the places that you can think of, and I want to go there. So think of everywhere from like, your typical Italy, Spain, what else? Would love to go back to France. What else? Even places like Japan, Vietnam, South Korea, really want to go to Vietnam because of obviously the history that we have with them. I would like to explore some of that. The food is the number one reason I want to go to Vietnam. Japan, obviously, like I said. Australia is another one that lately I've really become more intrigued with, going to places like Melbourne, the Gold Coast, obviously. I mean, people from Australia have recommended that 100 times to me. Sydney even. What else? Philippines, Thailand. My friend Jack's been to Thailand. Hilarious story. Maybe one day he can be on the vlog with me and he can talk about some of his Thailand stories. He's actually been to Bangkok, which Bangkok, if I'm not mistaken, is the most populated city on earth. And he told me it was crazy to be there. What else? Just thinking of random. Argentina, dying to go there. Jamaica. What else? Brazil. Throw Brazil in there. I would love to go to Brazil. What else? You know, obviously my family is from Cuba. So, you know, my grandparents did, you know, leave Cuba in the late 1950s, early 1960s. They settled and lived in New York City for 25 years, and then they eventually moved to Miami in the early 1970s. So I want to go to Cuba. I want to see my heritage. I understand that it's obviously a very poverty-stricken country, but still I want to see that heritage. I want to go to, like I said, I want to go to Spain because that is my heritage. I want to see it. I want to see what it's like. And just for the record, again, this channel, we do not talk politics. I consider myself an American through and through. I was born in this country. But I'm very proud of my Spanish heritage. And for those wondering, yes, I do speak Spanish. Read it and write it. Ultimately, when I'm here at the airport, it almost feels like I'm in my happy place. This place for me is somewhere where, I don't know, I just feel like calm. I feel excited. I feel hope for the future. So I don't know, I like airports. I don't know, maybe as I travel more, and as I work hard not only on my day career, to go and do that, maybe in 3 years I look up and I hate being at the airport. but for right now I love it. You know, I mean, it's Friday night. How exciting would it be to just get on a plane right now and go somewhere you've never been? And I'm just now cycling through more countries that I want to go to. Believe it or not, throw China in there. I've now, for some reason, I've wanted to go travel China more. What else? What other countries? And I am going to do a formal ranking. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my top 20 countries that I really want to visit. But what's another country? Norway, for sure. Anything with the Vikings and stuff like that, I want to visit. No, so think obviously of like the Norse countries. So think of like Norway, Finland, Sweden, Iceland, all those countries. England, for sure. I want to get out to London, obviously. I want to see Manchester. I want to see Newcastle, Sunderland. The north of England has beautiful castles from what I hear. Wales, I've also been told, is loaded with castles. Ireland, another spot. Definitely going to have me a Guinness there. But that's what I hope to accomplish in this. Again, the theme parks. I love the theme parks. I love the atmosphere there. I live right next to them. But for now, the theme park, you know, theme parks is, like I've always said, a part of this channel. And look, if I ever go to Disneyland Paris, I'd love to see it. I've never been to Disneyland in California, so I want to see those. I want to see Shanghai Disney, Tokyo Disney. I've heard Tokyo Disney is actually the best one. So that's why I love being at the airport. Maybe, you know, subconsciously, you know, I'm telling myself I'm going somewhere, but you know, I guess one day, you know, it will come true, and I will be getting on a plane, and we're gonna vlog that. So all right, that's gonna do it for tonight. You know, still got Adam on my mind. Tell me down below, Give me your 3 countries that you need to visit and travel in your lifetime before it's all over. Like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.